For several years now, I have been sharing every single bit of news, every rumor, and every inch of progress regarding the Disney Adventure World project. We have watched this expansion evolve from a single concept art announcement in 2018 into something real, seeing the North Mountain and the Arendelle village rise from the dirt. And every time I cover this project, be that a construction update looking at the rockwork or a news recap about everything around the lake, there has been one massive, looming question mark hanging over the entire resort, which is simply, when? We knew it was coming, we knew it would change everything, but without a date, it was just a distant future. Well, as of today, the speculation is finally over. Disney has confirmed that on March 29, 2026, the gates to the Kingdom of Arendelle will finally open to the public. But this announcement is so much bigger than just a new land opening, because March 29th marks the official turning point for the resort. It is the day the name Walt Disney Studios Park is retired into the history books. It is the day the new Disney Adventure World identity takes over, and it is the day that this park finally transforms from a half-day experience into a full-day adventure. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably saw the flood of news yesterday. From the new nighttime spectacular on the lake to the new entrance details and the confirmation of the spring timeline. But if I tried to talk about all that in one video, we would be here for far too long. So today, I invite you to come with me as we take a deep, dedicated tour of the world of Frozen. And later this week, we'll go through all the rest Disney Adventure World will offer. From the nighttime spectacular to incredible new dining locations and entertainment. Yesterday, Disney didn't just give us a date. They gave us a complete storyline behind this version of World of Frozen with the Snowflower Festival. They revealed the incredible new exclusive entertainment of the land, and they showed us a very exciting piece of technology, a wandering Olaf animatronic, that I truly think is going to be one of the most impressive little surprises for guests that visit the park. Well, let's get into it then, shall we? First, let's break down that date, which is March 29, 2026. If you've been following my channel, you know I have been predicting a late March to early April opening for some time, and I've debated this in the comments with many of you too. Some thought they wouldn't wait that long and would rather open during the winter, as the land seemed to be mostly complete. But spring makes the most sense for a project like this. We have to remember that this expansion is heavily reliant on nature. Unlike the original Studios Park, which was a lot of concrete and sound stages, Disney Adventure World is defined by its gardens, the promenade, and the lake. Opening in late March means they are hitting the very beginning of the season where the hundreds of new trees they've planted will be starting to bloom. It also sits right before the Easter holiday rush, giving operations a couple of weeks to soft open and test and retest the rides and restaurants before the massive crowds come from all over Europe. Historically, looking back at nearly all the grand openings, late March or early April has always been the sweet spot for Disneyland Paris, so it really does make sense to choose this date. But when we step into the land on March 29th, what exactly are we walking into? Disney revealed that the land is set during a specific event called the Snowflower Festival. This is the narrative glue that holds everything together. Much like Summer Snow Day in Hong Kong Disneyland, the Snowflower Festival explains why the citizens of Arendelle are celebrating, why the decorations are up, and why the royal sisters are greeting guests. This is at its heart a storytelling tool that works perfectly, allowing the land to be vibrant and colorful. And speaking of atmosphere, the landscaping is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. We've seen in the construction updates how they've planted authentic evergreens to blend the artificial North Mountain into the real French countryside. It's designed to look convincing whether it's a sunny July day or a snowy December morning. Which, let's be honest, is a weather reality we deal with in Paris that they don't have in Hong Kong or Florida. This land was built and adapted for the Parisian climate. Disney also revealed that this festival atmosphere will be enhanced by street characters, some that you'd expect like Anna and Elsa, but also others such as Oaken, the iconic shopkeeper, and a new character called Mossy, who is a baby troll that interacts with guests in the village streets. Mossy was introduced back in Hong Kong and has become a bit of an icon too, so it's great to see Disneyland Paris learn and take what works elsewhere. Characters really help the land feel alive, and is something that Avengers Campus does incredibly well, so I'm excited to see the same happening here. Now, while the festival provides the setting, there is one other character of this land that is going to absolutely steal the show.
Hands down, this is the best day of my life.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Disney showcased this next-generation wandering animatronic, something I personally wasn't expecting. This is an autonomous, free-roaming robotic Olaf that will walk around the land interacting with guests. Imagineering confirmed that this Olaf uses AI reinforcement learning. This is the same thing we've seen happening with the BDX droids, where the robot taught itself how to walk in a digital world, so that it could apply that in the physical one. It runs millions of simulations to understand how to balance its top-heavy body on those tiny little feet. If the terrain is uneven, it adjusts. The main difference between Olaf and the BDX droids is that one is supposed to be a robot, the other a walking and talking snowman. And I think Imagineering really delivered, because everything about Olaf is incredibly made. He talks, he blinks, and he makes eye contact. This is a massive leap forward for characters in the parks, where we're moving away from the classic meet and greets and into a much more detailed and true-to-life experience with those characters. I wouldn't be able to talk about this without thinking what might lie beyond too. So what if we see something like this, but larger, with Simba or Pumbaa in the upcoming Lion King land? The possibilities are truly incredible, and I can't wait to discover this Olaf when the expansion opens next year. We've seen a bit of entertainment in the land now, with the walking face characters and now a brand new animatronic, but there's more. World of Frozen will debut with a brand new exclusive show called A Celebration in Arendelle. This is a 15-minute show that happens several times a day right on the water in the Arendelle Marina. The show will take place on 3 barges, or boats, right on the water, which is the perfect spot to do so, as it can be seen from all around Frozen. We have the Kristoff and Olaf barge, the Royal Sisters barge for Anna and Elsa, and a 3rd Villagers barge. Now, here is a detail I love. These aren't just props. They were built by a historical French shipbuilder based on the Bordeaux region, and with the intricate painting done by real artisans. It is incredible to see Disneyland Paris use local French talent. It's something that has happened since the very first day, like with the stained glass in the castle, and it's a tradition that brings a lot of authenticity to the parks. The Villagers barge is equipped with a special snowflower nozzle, a piece of tech designed to spray controlled water effects during the show. And it being Frozen, it's obviously a musical. Disney confirmed that Christian Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, the Oscar-winning duo behind the original Frozen music, have written a brand new original song exclusively for this show. It's going to help bring life into this park in a way we've never seen before. Of course, we can't talk about the land without talking about the anchor attraction, which is Frozen Ever After. Now, I know some people will say it's a clone of Epcot, and yes, the track layout is based on the Epcot version. It's a boat ride that takes you up to the Ice Palace to hear Let It Go, and then back down. But the Paris version has a huge advantage, as it is a new build. In Florida, they had to shove the ride into the old Maelstrom track, which was narrow and cramped. In Paris, Imagineers built this from scratch. The water channels are wider, the ceilings are higher, and the capacity is significantly higher too, which is critical for a park that struggles with crowds. And the animatronics are the latest generation, all electric figures that move with much better fluidity and just look plain better. According to Imagineer on site, the ride will be in both French and English, as the dialogue will be in French and the music and singing in English. In my opinion, this is a good split that won't feel too jarring for the majority of guests that know the songs in English and still at home for French speakers. But there is a second attraction that Disney clarified today, which is the Royal Encounter. This is the meet and greet inside the castle, where guests will walk through the portrait gallery before meeting the queens. This is a meet and greet, but one that brings that to the next level, inviting guests into the castle itself and also acting in a way as a walk-through attraction, giving guests the ability to see the paintings and decor and the history of Arendelle before getting to the character interaction. Now let's move to something I know I was waiting for, which is the food. We finally have a clear look at the Nordic Crown's Tavern. The interior looks absolutely stunning, with heavy wooden beams, great decor, and a very cozy vibe. It's very similar to the one in Hong Kong, which is great as that restaurant is incredibly beautiful. The menu, however, is quite interesting. Disney is trying something new with this quick service restaurant, with a new build-your-own-bowl concept. You start with a base, you can choose a creamy mashed potato, which is perfect for winter, or a quinoa and kale mix. Then you pick a protein, traditional meatballs, salmon, or a plant-based option, and finally we top it with a cranberry or creamy dill sauce. This reminds me a lot of Setuli Canteen in Pandora at Animal Kingdom, which is widely considered as some of the best food in that park. It's customizable, it's relatively healthy, and it fits the theme perfectly, with the F&B teams researching Nordic cuisine when creating the menu. There will also be a wide variety of desserts inspired by the Frozen movies. My only worry here is capacity. It'll be a very popular land, with some new and interesting food options, so I expect this place to be packed throughout the day. Finally, let's talk shopping. There are two shops in the village, the Arendelle Boutique for merch like wooden carvings, clothing and other exclusive items, and the smaller Fjord View shop. This store right on top of the marina will have a special pal you can bring home, Runa. This is an interactive baby troll. This new adorable merch opportunity will be able to move and interact with you and other trolls it encounters. Disney says it will also be able to interact with the iconic locations in Arendelle and the queens themselves, which will be very interesting to see work. This effectively gamifies the land, much like what Universal has been doing with the interactive ones. We don't yet know to what level this interactivity will be, but it encouraged guests to explore every corner of the village to find the trigger points. It's honestly exciting and, if well done, will sell like hotcakes. So, there you have it. On March 29, 2026, the walls finally come down and will be let into Disney Adventure World. I truly believe this is the start of a new golden age for Disneyland Paris. A new chapter that will bring new stories, lands, and worlds to life. However, World of Frozen is just one part of the story. The new Disney Adventure World rebrand includes a massive nighttime drone show called Disney Cascade of Lights, the new Rapunzel ride, a premium Regal View restaurant, and so much more. There's a lot more to discuss, and we'll do it soon on the next video later this week, so make sure to subscribe as not to miss a thing. Now, I ask you, what are you most excited for? Is it the Olaf animatronic, the food, or just finally being able to book a hotel stay? Let me know down below. And now, as always, thank you for watching, and that's a wrap.